What's new, my Mystic crew? We're here in round 2 and we are against Joe. I love playing against Joe. He actually helped me with this deck, and guess what he's playing as well? Guess what he's playing? Ricker Traptrix. We have the mirror match. We've got a 41 card build, he's got a 45 card build. His Ricker package is far more impressive than mine, but we do get to go first, and he's there helping me out already. Look at that. So I'll link into Sarah and then do the whole teardrop thing. Spec the Mudan search for the Concon, and then we go ahead and make them both level 8 and overlay into teardrop. So, and then we set a card. Fantastic. Now this one actually goes all the way to time. Shocker on that one, but you need to watch because it's fantastic. So he goes ahead and activates evenly matched, just like that, boom, off the bat. I don't really know what to do. I'm thinking, because I don't really want to give up the face down card. I couldn't remember what it was, but I really didn't want to give it up, but I had to. I couldn't leave myself without your monsters. So he normal summons the monster that allows him to search. I detach one to tribute, but then he activates the quick effect of Arachnocampia, I want to say that one's called, to spec itself. And in all honesty, that's why I wanted to tribute it there and then, because I didn't want him searching for that to get an extra body on board, but he had it in hand anyway. Then he goes ahead and activates Ricker Glamour. This is a card we don't have. We don't have Ricker Glamour. We're poor. We can't afford Ricker Glamour. But Ricker Glamour goes ahead and searches the Ricker Princess. Ricker Princess specs. And there you go. He's got his extra body on board anyway. So now he overlays, and I believe we are going into... He has a little look in the grave. Yep, so we go into this one, which is detached to add a insect or plant from deck. Oh, it's special sunset. Okay. And then he links off his Xyz monster into Sarah. Then he activates his monster's effect, which can bounce a set, spell, or trap he controls to his hand, and then set another one if he wants. But obviously he doesn't choose to reset, because then he goes ahead and activates the Holoteo, ditching the floodgate trap hole that he set. And then specs out the Holoteo, which then resets the floodgate. And then here comes his Ricker Princess Stenna. Detaches one to add back to Ricker Glamour, because it can do a Ricker card. So yeah, so Joe is popping off. Like, I thought, yeah, we're going first. That means we have the advantage. But no. He has all the advantage in the world. So he passes turn. I go ahead and normal summon Dionea. Dionea, activate the effect to target my monster in grave. He goes ahead and quick effects to get that special summon, which, you know, fantastic, which then triggers the Sarah. He's having a little think about what he wants to do here, and he sets his Holoteo. So I expect my monster, and then from here we have a little fun through because, yeah, why not? I'm really not sure what I want to go into. Like I said, this is like game 2, and I'm against the guy who helped me build the deck. Like, that's absolutely nuts. So I thought, you know what, this one was good enough for Joe, it's good enough for me. I detached two to spec one back. After having a little look, I was asking the question, like, can I actually use one of the materials? And it turns out you can. You can activate the effect with nothing engrave, because it detaches and then special summons. So it has to detach for cost first. So then even if you impermed it, the detach would still happen, because that's the cost of the card. Just like Mathmech Inversion, which was really cool to know. So we spec one back. So then we start swinging, we start taking stuff out. I'll be honest with you, I think I forgot about Snowdrops or Teardrops effect, because I could have removed one to pop something else. But it's a good job I did, because I've gone into a 2 material Zeus here. And, you know, yeah, that wouldn't have happened otherwise. And then I link one off for Sarah. Sarah then activate the Pyrex Seed. The Pyrex Seed effect's now trying to take effect. Joe's really not sure what he wants to do. From here, Joe's now realised he actually has a trap card set, which he completely forgot about. He did say he forgot about it, because I was trying to bait it out before I got Zeus. And, yeah, it just didn't happen. So he banishes the Holotail to spec out the Sarah. The Pylex will now go ahead and spec out the other copy of itself, and now I overlay these. I was having a little think about what I wanted to go into. I was thinking about, is it Rufuslia, or however that thing's pronounced, but decided to go back into this one from game 1, detach 1 to add a Traptrix monster from deck to hand. So, yeah, my field's looking pretty stacked. I'm not going to lie, for a control-based deck, I've got some power going on the field, which I'm very happy about. And as I search for the Arachnocanthia, and then activate Sarah because a Traptrix monster has activated to set a spell card. Set a spell, set a trap card. So then I spec out the Arachnocanthia and I decide to link 2. I was having a little read of link 3, see if that was worth it, and decide, yeah, you know what, it is worth it, let's do it. But then, me being me, completely stupid and silly, I don't have a normal trap card in my graveyard. So, yeah, that worked out really well for me. But yeah, it's 18, but cool. And Joe's just double checking there that I do not have a trap card. He thought I had one as well, because you know, you're playing Traptrix. You'd think you'd have a trap card, but no. Anyway, so I passed turn because that all happened in main phase 2, because obviously I've already swung. And then Joe goes ahead and makes Wicked Princess Stella. Stella activates the effect to detach 1 to add 1 back to hand. Then he activates Glamour, tributing the Stella to, I think it searches. Does it search or does it spec? I can't remember. But yeah, it searches, and because you tributed, you can search another plant. So he was going to go with the Pudica, but when it changed his mind, I allowed it. You know, it's locals at the end of the day. We're not going to get anal about, oh no, you picked this one, so you have to stay with it. Nah, fuck that. People are still learning. We're all playing different decks. We're all having some fun with it. And he goes ahead and specs out this thing, which, is what I tried doing game 1, but I was too small brain to figure it out. So he goes ahead and activates the Holoteo, which was already set, so he didn't have to discard for it. And then he can set as evenly matched, which, yeah. I'm reading Tank. I can't remember what I'm reading. I think I'm reading my monster that was on the field. I go ahead, detach 2 for Zeus. Wicked Princess detaches to, specs it. Tributes to negate or something. I can't remember exactly. But anyway, then this monster can equip the trap card to it and carry on from there. So he specs a thing which targets a set card on my side of the field and destroy it. And then of course, because now Traptrix monster's activated, Sarah activates to set a trap card. And then he decides to overlay, or have a think about overlaying. He decides to link off into the Aroma Mage Jasmine, which is the same customer that have normal summons Dianea. Dianea activates the effect. So, as you can see, I've been able to pull this back a little bit, but Joe is just, steamrolling at the end of the day. I can't remember what happened there. But yeah. For whatever it... Oh, Ricker Concon. Okay, so he sets for Concon. Then he's linking off into 3. He does have trap cards, unlike me, but I've got one in there now, but it didn't help when it should. Banishes a trap card to pop the monster, and that's... Yeah, cool. And then, it's not good for us. We went first and we still lost. So, yeah. Not good. I don't think he takes game just there yet, but all I've got is Floodgate Trap Hole. So, yeah, we give up game 1 there, and we are going to side for game 2. Okay, so we are back from siding, and we are moving into match 2, or game 2. I don't know. Game 2. The matches. This is game 2 of match 2. Yeah. So again, we decided out the Ricker package because, and then it was from here. I said to Joe, "Oh, do you want to go first or second?" He went, "Dude, you lost. You pick. And I was like, oh yeah, shit. So even though I decided for going second, fuck it, we're going first. So I go ahead, activate this dude to get a trap card. He goes ahead, links Sarah. I don't know why he wanted to read Sarah. I think he was just mocking it because it was common. Because Joe has some nice max rarity stuff in this deck. He has played this deck for a long time, and yeah, he enjoys it. So I go ahead, activate the Holotail, ditching the Gravekeeper's Trap Hole. Sarah now procs to spec out a Traptrix monster. I grab the Dionea. Dionea will then reset the Traptrix, the Floodgate Trap Hole for me. From here, I now also spec out Arachnoconthia because why not? Why not? Why extend once when we can extend twice? And then I detach 2 to spec out one from the grave. I don't know why I keep picking up my deck. It's annoying. I keep thinking it specs from the deck, but it don't, because that would be absolutely fucking insane. Joe's got no hand traps, as you can see. He's just patiently waiting for me to figure out what I'm doing. And we go ahead, overlay 2 for this one again. I can't remember its name. It begins with a P. So we're just going to call it Traptrix Pearl. We detach 1 to add 1 from deck to hand. We go ahead and add a Pudica just purely and simply for follow-up, because why not? So now we've got 3 cards left in hand. We go ahead and activate the Rika Snowdrop. And I went to drop the Pudica, but sure, I have the Nibiru in hand and drop that instead. Joe finds it incredibly funny because now it is Nibiru, the Traptrix being. And we go ahead and we make Teardrop. So we have Teardrop and we have our monsters. We don't have a Sarah though. Again, ignore the dog. The dog is on one. He goes ahead and plays Dark Ruler no more. Like, what? So all my effects are negated, and that's cool, but is what it is. So he then plays 2 in Twister as well, blows up my back row. Normal summons Dionea. Dionea specs 1 back. Then he's having to think about overlaying. Then he thinks about linking. He's really not sure. So he goes for the the overlay in the end, detaches 1 to add a Traptrix monster, and of course he grabs the Arachnoconthia, because it's the best extender. So even though he's shut down my monster effects, he is really struggling with the follow-up, because he just don't have anything. So he swings, just takes out one of my monsters, and then he has to pass turn there. He does link in Sarah, flexing off that beautiful shiny Sarah. That's it, and then he activates Holoteo, which then triggers the Sarah to spec up the Pudica. He targets my monster, so I quick effect Tribute by detaching 1 to pop his Xyz monster. But I do get it back during the standby phase of the next turn, which is cool. And then he goes ahead and activates that Floodgate Trap Hole. I detach 1 to add a Traptrix monster from deck to hand. And I decide to have a little flick through. And because it's my turn now, I get my monster back. So, yeah, really not sure what the idea there was or anything. But, hey, is what it is. So we go ahead and pop his back row, because that's what this one does when it's special summoned. As you can see, he's left with 2 monsters in defense and his Sarah. We go into Stenner, detach 1 to add 1 back. So now we have Rika Princess in the grave for a negate. I re-add the Arachnoconthia because I can spec that back. And then we can overlay or Xyz or link using the Arachnoconthia and the Dionea. Here, I'm really not sure which one I wanted to go into, so I decided just to link them off into the link 2. I just double check the defense of Holotail, which is 24. So we take that out. Pudica is actually 1900. I thought it wasn't that high, so I swung with the 1800 link monster and took 100 points damage and wasted an attack. So then I just used Stenner to kill it, and then swung directly with my Rika Queen. Yeah, I could have done 1800 more points damage, but hey ho. mistakes were made. From here, Joe's just double checking his graveyard. I'm double checking mine. I honestly can't remember why. Oh yeah, because my monster specs one back at the end of the turn. So I brought back Dianair, and then Dianair's set a trap card. He goes ahead and normal summons Dianair, and then decides to call it there. So we are moving to game 3. And we are back from side-in. So I didn't actually side anything this time because I already sided for going second last game. And of course, your opponent is not going to let you go first when they're playing Traptrix as well. So I knew I was going second, so I was good not to change anything. So Joe's going first here, and he goes ahead and normal summons Boudica to search the field spell. And he gets the field spell, activates the field spell, and then from there he links off the Boudica into Sarah, then activates his Power Exceed. Power Exceed does not activate because he has the other one in hand, and he only runs 2. And he said he only runs 2 to stop this from happening, and because he doesn't want 2 in his opening hand or 2 in his hand at a time. Yeah, it still happened, bless him. But anyway, he has that princess for the extender anyway. And yeah, I counted it up, and that was 5 summons. So we're looking for tokens. I don't have a token. He doesn't have a token. So it's like, shit, none of us have tokens, so we just use it for the centre. But yeah. But then, because Stella was tributed, you can actually get the big dude back out. And then he goes ahead and he activated the field spell, which allows you to tribute a monster you control to spec back a Traptrix monster from your grave, so he gets his Sarah back. But yeah, we're okay with that. We've got a big 3k rock on the field. He activates Holoteo spec itself. My monster finishes resolving to search a trap card, and then he can Sarah will proc, which specs out Boudica, and Boudica banishes my Nibiru until the next standby phase. Sarah then procs to set a trap card. I link off into my own Sarah, I set one, I now activate it, ditching the Floodgate Trap Hole to get the Holoteo. Sarah now activates to spec, but he activates his Xyz monster effect to detach one, to negate a monster effect and destroy it. So Sarah gets negated and destroyed, but now it's the next standby phase. My Nib token, my Nibiru comes back. He links into Sarah. He detaches one to add the Boudica back to hand. Normal summons the Boudica to search out the field spell. Even though he's already got one active, it's always good to deck Finn because you never know when you might need it. So then he said, "Oh, hang on, I can actually move zones when I link when I see a Micah to put it over there." I said, "Yeah, of course you are, not a problem." Like I said, we're all here, we're all learning, and that is a fantastic shiny Mudan. Look how beautiful that Mudan is. And then he brings back the Teardrop, and guess how many summons that was? That was another 5. He went to activate Wicked Princess, so there is the Floodgate, the Grave Digger's Trap Hole. So he takes 2k damage, negating that. And then, we drop another rock. It's a much bigger token, but hey, we're not letting them extend. But he goes ahead and activates that field spell again, tributing it off to spec back to Boudica. Boudica then banishes the Nibiru until the next standby phase. Then he links off the Boudica into Sarah. He's having a little flick through his graveyard, see what he can activate. And then he swings directly for 800. Now my Nibiru comes back, but he bottomless trap holes it. Which, cool, fair enough. And then Sarah activates to spec back the Dianair. The Dianair then specs, puts back the bottomless trap hole. And then Sarah activates to set another trap card as well. Here I normal summon the Dianair, which targets a monster to spec it. When this monster spec it can pop a back row. So of course I'll target that bottomless trap hole to get rid of it. He activates, I think that's Ricochet, I'm not entirely sure. I don't really know what it does. Oh no, sorry, he activated D-Barrier and called Xyz, so I can't Xyz. And it's like, okay, cool. like, thanks. But he goes ahead and activates Holoteo, banishing it so he can spec back a Traptrix monster. Here comes the Pudica. Pudica banishes my Cruelier, or whatever that thing's called, Traptrix C, we're going to call it. So, yeah, I thought one Holoteo deserves another. So I banish my Holoteo to spec back Dionea. Dionea then sets a back row from the graveyard, and I set another back row. From here, did I just pass? Oh no, I link off into my own Sarah. I really don't understand why I didn't swing into his Sarah first of all. Really don't get why I didn't do that. Because I should have swung into his Sarah and then passed. But sure. Anyway, next standby phase, my Traptrix C comes back. How did he just destroy my Sarah? It looked like he just swung into my Sarah with his Sarah, but his Sarah survived. I'm really not sure what happened there. He then activates his monster effect, I believe, to detach to add a level 4 or lower back. Checking his grave again. So the game is paused, it's over with, and it turned out the reason why nothing happened after that point is actually because we went to time. Time was called on round. Joe hadn't gone to battle phase as of yet, and because he hadn't declared that intent of going to battle phase, he was unable to go, and I actually ended up winning due to the life points difference, which happened thanks to the Gravedigger trap hole earlier that round. Always sucks when you win that way, because we were having a fantastic back and forth game, and in all honesty that could have been either of our games. He kept setting up boards and I kept breaking them with Nibiru's, and then, you know, for that time to then get called did kind of suck, but it is what it is, and that's part of the game. Joe actually went on to win, I believe, one more match and then lost one more. And as you will see, I went on with my record as well, which if you follow me on TikTok, you already know what that is. But I'm not going to give any spoilers on this video for future videos. But I just thought I'd want to clear that up. But that's why that video just stopped there, because it went to time. But anyway, catch you all in the next one, and I hope you have a good day.